Mike, how's the mood in the camp after Newcastle the other night? Is it all pride or a bit of disappointment that you came so close to getting a great result?
No, everybody's fine. It's forgotten about now. They're all in. Sorry, 2 seconds. They're all in good place. They're looking forward to tomorrow, and that's all we can do. It's. I think the draw helped as well. You know what I mean? It could have been a lot more attractive. Going to Brentford is going to be a very, very tough tie for anybody. So yeah, the boys it's done, and we're looking forward to tomorrow.
You continue to put Newport County on the map, don't you, with these performances and results you've achieved in the cup competitions in the last few years?
Yeah, and it's good that we're in a position to do that, especially these times where there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of people feeling not 100% in themselves. It's good that you can put some smiles on people's faces, and that keeping the club on the map and keeping the club going is paramount to how we work.
Did you have a chat with Steve Bruce after the game? What did he make of you and your team's efforts?
He was very complimentary. We had a good chat. They're a great bunch. Like I said, very complimentary. Knew it was a tough game. Listen, I know the last 25 minutes, half hour, they dominated possession. But apart from the last couple of minutes, they didn't really hit the target too much. The boys defended excellently. The shape was really good. And there was no mistakes, not until, right at the end, and he puts in the top corner. But that's the level those boys are playing at. Mistakes get punished, and it was a great learning curve for our lads.
I know you said the dressing room is feeling good. How's Brandon Cooper in particular? He had such a good game, didn't he? And then he was the unlucky one who missed the crucial penalty. He's
fine. I rang him and Ryan when I got home, made sure they was okay. Both fine. They're not the only people in the world to miss penalties. We've seen last night it happened again where Liverpool went out. I think Lionel Messi's even missed a penalty in his time. So yeah, they'll not get any criticism from me. They had the courage and they wanted to step up and take the penalty, and I can't fault them for that.
Does when you see the way your team played against a Premier League team, do you then say to the players that shows what we can do in the league this season, how competitive we can be?
Yeah, listen, there's a lot of positives from there. The league's a total different kettle of fish, for whatever reason. But we got to stick to our principles and the way we want to play, and hopefully, it pulls us through more often than not. It's been a good start, a very good start, and we want it to continue now.
And you've got a home game this weekend, a chance to hopefully build on that good start you've had. What do you make of Mansfield Town?
It's going to be tough. They're one of the bigger spenders in the league. They've got a newer squad put together. It's going to be a tough game. Graham Coughlin's teams are always tough to play against, just as he was as a player. So it's going to be a tough afternoon. But hopefully we can come through and get the 3 points.
In terms of performance level, is it just more of the same from what you've seen so far this season? That's what you want?
Yeah, and listen, we've had a lot of games in a small space of time. So, keeping that intensity and, the quality going is going to be tough. But, we can hopefully give it all, which they do. They always do, obviously. But I mean, at their peak levels tomorrow, get the 3 points, and then we can have a look at a couple of down days next week where they can rest up and regroup, because then we got another pile of fixtures going.
You've got any injury issues going into the weekend? You talked about how much football you've had. Everybody okay?
At the minute, yeah.
Last one from me. Transfer window's coming towards a conclusion. Are you likely to do any business in or out Newport County?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. We'll have to have a look. I think ours goes to the 16th, so we still got a couple of weeks to go there. We'll have a look.
Is there any position in particular you're looking at, Mike?
Possibly.
Can you tell us what it is?
No.
And what about departure?
Listen, it depends if somebody goes as well. You know what I mean? Then I'll have to have a look at it and go from there. You know what I mean? Readdress.
Is there any danger of you losing any players you wouldn't want to lose? Do you think, or are you okay on that front?
I hope not. Get sat there the way my phone's going off.
Hey, Mike, you all right?
Yeah, you, Beth?
Yeah, just the one question. Really interested on you ringing the boys afterwards of that they missed the penalty. Not all managers would do that. So is that something that you kind of pride yourself on, having this kind of emotional, mental awareness of how your players are?
Yeah, listen, it's live on Sky. Nobody wanted to miss a penalty. Like I said, they didn't get any criticism from me after the game in front of all the lads. And I wanted to reassure them afterwards that there's no blame on their shoulders, and I fully back them and fully support them, and to get their heads up, because, like I just said, there's been bigger and better players in the world who've missed penalties. I remember when I was younger, Roberto Baggio missing one of the World Cups. I think it was the semi-final. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe Roberto Baggio missed a penalty. He was that good, but it happens.
And do you think that, from when you were a player, did you like that manager kind of awareness? And is that something you wanted, or did you get it and that's something you wanted to add to your kind of...
I got to be honest, it didn't really bother me. It didn't really affect me. As long as I had a manager who was straight, I couldn't really care if they liked me or not. Some of the managers I've had have been, very... I'm going to say harsh, hard, tell you the truth. That's fine. I can handle that. I'll take that on the chin and do whatever I could to bounce back and to improve and get back in a team. Or not make the same mistake again. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Wicked. Have good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, Beth.
Hi, Mike. Just a couple of questions from me. Gaz asked about Brandon Cooper, but his display on the whole was amazing. 3 last-ditch tackles, and then at Bolton he could have had a hat-trick. He looks a really promising player, doesn't he?
Yeah, he settled in superbly. Like I said, he's a great lad. Actually tried to get him last season. Didn't happen for one reason or another. Finally got him. Spoke highly of by Steve Cooper. I speak to Steve quite often. And it was the right time to do it. So, I'm really pleased with the way Brandon's settled in.
And obviously, results have been very good so far. But also the style of football you've been playing has been excellent. With with Matty Dolan bringing the ball out. In years gone by, the Rodney Parade pitch hasn't really allowed for County to play that style of play. I mean, just maybe a few words on the style of play that you're playing at the moment. Yeah,
listen. We've always tried. Whether people believe it or not, we've always worked on playing football. And sometimes you get drawn into the circumstances, i.e. the pitch. And what I learned from that, it kind of led into away games, because the mentality we had to have on home games, it did lead into away games as well. And we wanted to change that. I called Wayne over the summer or the off period, where we sat down, went through a lot of patterns of play, rotations that we wanted to work on. We put them together in a training methodology. And the first day of pre-season, we done a presentation to the players and explained to them, why and how we wanted to do things. And, that helped them with the players we brought in, the recruitment, and, the technical ability of them. So, you put it all, it's not just, right, okay, we want to play football, let's go and do it. It's personnel at times, and at the minute we've been able to change a few and get a few in, so we can do that properly.
Do you think that can be a real point of difference for you at League Two level? Because not all teams play like that way, with Matty Dolan sort of bringing it out from the back. Because we saw against Newcastle, he runs forward, doesn't he, quite a lot?
Yeah, he run forward more from centre back than he ever did in midfield. So yeah, it was. Listen, he's a good footballer, Matty. He sees the game well, and we seen him as a player who could start our attack from the back. We want to build from the back, and also he's at the right age. He's got that experience when he knows when and when not to do it. It's a good blend, to be fair. So hopefully he keeps going.
Great. Thanks for your time. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. See you later.